What up, what up, what up, what up? What's up, everybody? Welcome to Cheap Drinks, Cheat Codes, episode Ep.9. I am Brandon. Up above me, we have Rob. In the middle, we have Josh. Down in the lower left, we have Justin. And the upper left, we have Phil. Forgot which was.
Hello, gamers.
Wait. Hello, gamers.
Hello, fellow gamers.
What up, meme team?
Welcome to the show.
How's everybody feeling?
I feel good.
Still alive.
That's progress at this point.
It is.
I'm not dead.
We're on the come down though, so there is that news.
We're on the come down.
A little bit, slowly, with the the word we can't say.
The thing that shall not be said.
What you drinking, Brandon?
This is an unofficial sponsor, Blue Moon Belgian White. This is what I got left.
I like their waffles.
And don't worry though, I have the answer.
Is it to my problems?
Oh no, it's a session ale from a brewery here by St. Louis. They're called 4204 because that's the location on their address. So. 42, the answer to life, the world, and everything.
Oh, fresh crack.
It was a good crack. Since Saturdays for the boys, I found Natter Days, which is a strawberry lemonade. Phil's dead.
He got 150 of them for $4 in a bulk pack.
Those are awful. I feel sorry for you.
All right, bet. On to the news. Here we go. Let's get it. Whose phone's dying? Charge it.
Rob is playing piano. He got bored.
E3, boys. It's canceled this year. Big womps. Big womps. But we have news. Next year, it already has a date. It's already going. They're doing it. They're putting their foot down. June 15th to 17th. It's my birthday. all 3 days. It's going down. They already announced it will still be the reimagining. Unfortunately, from what they talked about last time, if you guys don't know, they were talking about bringing in a lot of influencers and stuff, as well as still talking about games, but they wanted to make it more than just a trade show. They wanted to make it more of like an event. So that's still going on, I guess, which a lot of people were not very fond of the whole reimagining thing for the influencers and stuff. Yeah. Thoughts, opinions?
I feel like that's just trying to be like TwitchCon.
Yeah.
I mean, that's literally what TwitchCon does now. Like, I think TwitchCon even has some indie developers come in. Like, so it's like they're just kind of trading secrets at that point. But...
Who did it last year at E3? Was it Origin for Apex when they had that really cringy show? They had like all the the streamers come in.
EA in general did a cringy show.
Maybe it was
it was Battlefield because I used to watch one of those Battlefield YouTubers and they came in to play Battlefield on stage.
Battlefield had a bad one, but I think Apex also had a really cringy fest.
A lot of them are turning unfortunately cringy. They turn cringy and then they don't understand their audience. So when they try to have like these hype news, when they're like, EA new Command and Conquer game, get hype. Oh, get out your phones, and everyone's like, what?
That was rough. That was a punch to the face.
Well, they did that a couple times. Bethesda did it with Elder Scrolls, and what was the other one?
Diablo.
Didn't Diablo do one? Yeah. And it's just every time they do it, it's just like know your audience, know who's in the stands, and are just like, the fuck.
Gears did it too. Gears had their little mobile thing they announced.
Yeah, they have their like pop figurine thing.
It was a collab between them and Pop.
I'm excited for their RTS-esque XCOM game that's coming out though. So side note. I can't remember what it's called, but it's coming out.
Gears Tactics.
Yeah, Gears Tactics. Yeah, I'm excited with that.
I feel like they're all called Gears. They're all called something Tactics. Like I think League of Legends.
Final Fantasy Tactics, Ogre Tactics, Gears Tactics.
Yep.
Yeah, but so yeah, next year, June 15th to 17th, 2021. At the time of this article, the ESA wasn't sure if they were going to do a streaming type service. They did recently say they're not, so they're not doing anything. So it's all based on Microsoft, Sony, all the other companies. If they want to host something, they can, but the ESA isn't doing it.
I'm gonna make a prediction. PlayStation's not doing it. They're not gonna.
Yeah. Probably. We'll see.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, but that's the news. Huzzah! We do have some PS5 reveal, the controller. You know, it's been making its ways on the internet the last couple of days. We're gonna leave it on the screen here, right there, so you can look at it. Thoughts, opinions. I think it looks dumb, but I don't care as long as it feels good.
I don't think it looks dumb. It definitely looks like Eva from like
I
Or
think
what?
or however
Wall-E.
that's
From
Eva
Wall-E.
from Wall-E. Yeah, I get that.
I think
Oh,
if you
okay.
took the white and made it the standard black or the gray, that controller would look a lot better immediately to the public.
I agree. Well, I don't like
Yeah.
the curvature.
The two-tone
I do.
black, the curvature's not bad.
I mean, that's
But-
gonna come down to what it feels like in hand.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
can't say for sure. I mean, it's definitely different, which I like that they made a different shape, because it kind of shows that they're not resting on their laurels. Like visually from a distance, you're not going to be able to tell the difference between a PS4 controller and a PS controller. This
Or an
one you're
Xbox
going to
controller.
definitely see.
Yeah,
It's
did
literally
did
a fucking
guys,
Xbox controller.
Did you guys see the meme where it was the Spider-Man and it was just the Xbox controller doing the point to the PlayStation controller?
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
That was just
My
hot
favorite is
color.
the Star Wars one, where all of the Imperial troopers are wearing the fucking, or the Republican troopers are wearing the fucking helmets.
I haven't seen that.
That other controllers,
Oh.
yeah. I
Oh,
think
okay.
the controller looks a little odd. I would actually be down for them going like they did release that anniversary PS4 controller that was the gray from PS1.
Yep.
I'd be up for that color again. 'Cause I think that was just right there.
Gray.
I think that is
Yeah.
a really good look,
Almost
and that really hits you in the face with like this is PlayStation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with it kind of looking like an Xbox controller, all they've been doing is trying to find what feels best. I mean, put a Switch Pro controller and an Xbox controller down next to each other. They're essentially the same thing,
Yeah.
He's
except
not
for the
wrong.
the triggers.
Which is fine, I guess. I don't like I just hope they have different colors. I don't like the white because it gets dirty. And I also, if you guys really looked at the pictures, the D-pad and the X square triangle circle, those are
Mhm.
clear.
They're
they're
clear,
not-
okay.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
I
they're.
feel like
I mean, they're
that's-
underneath. They're
I think
white.
that
but,
shit's just
yeah,
gonna get dirty.
from the side. It could get dirty. I actually miss my white controller. If it was all white, I wouldn't have any problem. I don't really like the undershirt that it's like wearing. But like, they're gonna come out with other colors. So the question ends up being like, are they going to make other colors for like both, or is it just gonna be the white that changes? That's what I'm kind of like. We'll see. They'll probably change both colors.
Mhm.
I like it. I think the features are cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
that's what
get on.
The
Let's get on
internal
to the
mic
features
is
here.
dope as fuck.
Yeah,
The
we got
internal
haptic,
mic is dope.
Yeah, we got haptic feedback, so you'll be able to feel more realistically what you're doing. So if you're playing a racing game and you get close to the end, like at the edge of the road, you'll feel the tread, stuff like that. You know, shooting. The triggers are supposed to be more sensitive. Same thing. So if you're really shooting someone in the face, you feel it. You know, you feel
I think
the
the
clap.
best example that they did was the Horizon Zero Dawn, like when she's
Yeah,
pulling the
bow.
bow back, being able to feel the tension of the bow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or if even like say Spider-Man 2 when they come out with that, like if you can feel tension while you're swinging, like
Mhm.
different vibrates and stuff.
That'd be
cool.
really cool if they
That'd
put
be really,
like
really
if they brought back 2-button swinging and had that for like each trigger.
Yeah.
I'd lose my
That would
shit.
be neat.
Yeah.
The only thing with that is that code is actually this is a off story is like it's somebody's like IP, like they control that code. When they brought it was for the guy who wrote the code in Spider-Man, I think it was 2. He initially wanted it in that. They had to actually bring him back to code it into the game where they finally had it, and then he left.
That's
So
the
to
double
have
triggers.
that, yeah, to have that, he like owns it, and he like tried to sue people who were trying to put it in other Spider-Man games.
Weird thing
Well,
to own,
yeah.
but all right.
We need his name so we can just talk to him and be
I
like,
forget,
hey, guy, come on.
I forget who it was, but yeah.
I was fine with the web
it's
swinging.
one guy's code.
The web swinging, despite the fact that it wasn't 2-button, was really good in Spider-Man PS4. It's just not quite as immersive as that 2-button. I don't think we'll ever get like to that level without going back to the 2-button. But
Mhm.
back to the controller.
Back to
Internal
the
mic,
controller.
really cool. I know what you'll use that for. Like, I know you'll use it for online gaming, but like, is it possible that people will use that as a feature in games?
I hope not.
Maybe.
Well, the one thing that they could use it for is just a better version of the Kinect if you really wanted to. Like, could you imagine? Remember how many of you had an Xbox when it came out with the Kinect, the newest one, where you're just like, Xbox, turn on.
Yeah.
Xbox, turn on. And you're screaming
My
it.
friend Aaron yells at his Xbox every time I come over to his house. He's like,
if
volume down.
You have the PlayStation 4 camera, you can do the same thing.
You can do the same thing with the camera, yeah.
But if that mic is
that
good,
would be cool. Yeah, voice control through
but I don't-
the controller. That'd be
cool.
That'd be fire.
my only concern is battery life. Like, I just don't think it would live because you'd have to have it plugged in all the time if you wanted to do that. Because like an Echo Dot or any of those devices are plugged in. So
Well, what about this? What if we make it so it takes double A's?
You know what? I really am surprised. It does have a USB-C, so if you're into that, it's there. But I really would like the option to put AA batteries in it if I could.
One
Just
other
tape
thing.
them to the back.
Yeah,
One other thing that's not on there is a 3.5 microphone jack.
Yeah.
Like, headphone jack on there. So
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
another
They
thing.
weren't your standard headphones. But
Yeah, a lot of
You
people
don't have to
Nice,
use the
thank God.
microphone in the controller.
a lot of people were surprised that it didn't have the option for the buttons, like the like what Justin had, that the controller they just did.
Oh, the back paddles.
Yeah, people thought they would like immediately come out with like an elite or a better option
Is
because
it the DualShock 4? Is that what they call it?
No, that's
what are they
that's the
what are they
PS4
called? The
controller.
back buttons on the back.
I think it's just DualShock back buttons. I think it's something.
Oh wow,
it's something
super
like
original.
easy.
It's
Oh,
very
yeah,
blatant.
No, it's 100%.
Wow.
Also, the share button is gone from this controller.
it's just called something
It's
different.
replaced.
It's
Yeah.
called the
Well,
it's
it's different enough that they're going to talk about it at a later date. So I don't think
Yeah.
it'll be vastly different, but I think there's something there that they haven't said yet. I believe they're calling it the create button, if I'm not
Yes.
messing that up. But yeah, so they're going to talk about that at a later time. I don't know what that necessarily means. I'm assuming it's going to be roughly the same as the share button, but I guess there's going to be a feature that makes it not the share button.
The actual
Sure.
title, Brandon, is DualShock 4 back button attachment. That's what it's called. Back
Sploosh.
button attachment.
So to sum it
Marketing.
up here, we got haptic feedback, which I'm excited for. It'll much like the Switch controllers, you'll be able to feel a lot more things differently. The triggers in the R2 and L2 should feel a lot tenser, feel a lot better. I'm trying to think of what we could incorporate that mic to. Like, I'm thinking of a game and not make it cliche. Not like same thing with the motion.
Oh no, it would
controls
definitely
from
be a
before.
gimmick.
Yeah,
Well,
just
like
no.
what if it was used in gameplay? It would definitely be a gimmick. But sometimes those gimmicks can be like the whole thing. Like when I first played No More Heroes for Wii, and my controller started ringing and ended up being like a cell phone, and I had to put it up to my face to hear the call. That was really cool. But yeah, I don't want that gimmick in every game. But I'm assuming any of the companies that Sony owns will probably head. That's usually how it goes. They usually head pretty deep into gimmick territory. Infamous Second Son did the whole thing with the motion controls. That's not what it was. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to incorporate maybe the microphone, but try to incorporate at least something in the Spider-Man 2, being as though that's very Sony now. So we'll see.
Until Dawn and Alien Isolation both used the microphone if you had it enabled.
Yeah.
But I think with them both being horror games, they kind of work because if you had a jump scare come out and you made a noise, then the creature would react to said noise and come towards it.
Yeah.
So you would have to be quiet trying to play the game.
Yeah.
Anybody remember that Pikachu game for N64 where you talk to Pikachu?
Hey you, Pikachu.
I don't. Yeah, I don't want that.
The
I don't want
best
that.
fucking game on the planet.
Had a little stand mic.
Yeah, I rented that from Blockbuster. And it comes with the.
Okay, Boomer.
in the
Moving
thing.
on. Stadia.
Yeah. Does anybody want to add anything to the controller?
The thing we hate. No, I'm excited
Not
for it.
not
I'll
really.
wait for
I
it.
mean,
I'm excited.
yeah.
Give us
Okay.
more colors. And
That's
don't
not
make
gonna happen.
don't make the buttons clear.
I mean, it'll happen eventually.
4 years from now. Stadia. Whoop whoop. Stadia. If you're a Stadia fan, get hyped. You can get Stadia Pro for free for the next 2 months. Normally it's $10 a month for for a subscription. The big downfall to this, and this is where we get the slam dunk ready for Stadia. As a result, because so many people are going to get this free subscription, you're only going to get 1080 instead of 4K, if you can get 4K. Anyway, so yeah, Google's expecting an influx with this new thing to create new users, so they are adjusting the bandwidth usage accordingly. So if you want Stadia, if you want to try it out, the Prime, or is it Prime, the Pro, it's free now for the next 2 months. You try it. You still have to buy the games, so
so you don't have to pay for games for 2 months. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Wait, I've been doing that my whole life. I just buy games.
Yeah. No, you got to pay now $10 to get into the GameStop to then buy the game.
Oh.
There's a cover.
The toll.
There's a guy at the door like,
Yeah.
you're not dressed right to come in here.
Yeah, so that just blows my mind.
Did
But, hey,
you
it's
bring
free.
any ladies with you?
I just think it's funny that it's free, but then they change your quality. So that's like the PlayStation Plus, like the free games. But every time those free games, which is every month technically, but say they did it like every 2 months, the month that the game comes out, they charge you an extra $15 that month. And they're like, it's just stupid. It's like, why would I try it for free, but I can't? I mean, first of all, you're balling if you can stream a game in 4K. You're balling the fuck out, like fibers up the ass. But it's interesting. Whatever. Stadia. All right, this new game, Valorant. Have you guys heard of this? Have you talked about it? You know what it is?
Please tell me. I don't know anything about it.
What is
I don't know.
Valorant?
It's made by the same people that made what is it? CS:GO? Or no? What did they make?
League
I
of
don't know.
Let Brandon
League
go.
of
This is
Legends.
Yeah,
Brandon.
I knew some
Let him do it.
lane-based bullshit.
No. So Riot Games currently, this is their second title. They are currently working on 4 new games at the exact same time. They have, I think, like 5 studios, different locations like San Diego. There's one in St. Louis. All of them are working on different projects, things like that. Basically, they released the beta on, I think it was Wednesday, and on Wednesday they broke 1.7 million concurrent viewers. So that's unique viewers all watching the same game, which is pretty fucking wild. It was a total of 34 million hours watched over the course of a day. It's
It's a lot.
That's a lot of fucking hours.
So Brandon, how do I play this beta?
So in order to play the beta, you can go and log onto your Twitch account, link your Riot account to your Twitch account, and then if you watch streamers who are currently playing the beta who have drops enabled, you have a potential to then get a beta key.
Oh wow!
But with that being said, they did shut off beta keys for like the next 36 hours or 48 hours, so they're not going to be giving that anymore because they're currently adjusting. At the time of this, which is 4/9/20, they are adjusting servers and they are not letting anybody else play the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're doing it though. Like I read a statement, they're just like, "Hey, be patient. We want the game to run well, and fuck off."
Yeah.
So I liked it. Let's talk first. Let's talk about the gameplay, and then we'll talk about the rest of it. From what I saw, I'm not a huge fan. It looks very much like CS:GO mixed with Overwatch. I don't really like the corner camping aspect of the game. I do like the purchasing system, much like they did in Call of Duty, and I think CS:GO made that, right? The whole purchasing
Yeah,
things
that's a
in-game.
Counter-Strike thing, yeah.
Yeah, Counter-Strike Go, yeah.
Yeah, and I like the buying portion. I just don't like the time to kill / that many little narrow hallways. It just, I don't know. Don't like it. But thoughts, Justin, Brandon, Phil?
It's
Rob
free.
doesn't care.
I'm
I
playing
don't.
it a week or two.
I got you.
My panties have been wet since day one, so I'm just waiting to get the chance to play it.
Yeah, but how do you
played
feel about the game?
Tons.
I mean, it's
It has no release date, right? It's still just beta.
currently not. No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
still beta.
That's what
I
I figured.
mean, it looks like a Counter-Strike clone to me, and then there's these, like, I watched some of stream, like, you can create this wall and, like, use it to boost yourself up to get vantage points, which is interesting. Kind of brings, verticality to a Counter-Strike type of game.
Right. So
But then, it's still just like Counter-Strike, so I don't know exactly how different it is. I really have to sit down and play to see if I even feel anything
So
different.
there's a couple points that make it super different. There aren't flashes, there aren't smokes. You have to play characters that have those abilities to have those things. Where like basically the repetition of Counter-Strike since the beginning of 1.6 is you always bought armor, you always bought smokes, you always bought flashes. Like it was literally the same round. You played the same round every round. It was just you went to an area, you camped, you had smokes, you had flashbangs. Whoever had their utility last pretty much won the fight. With this game, you buy your abilities. Just like picture playing an Overwatch round, but you have to put points into your abilities. You don't have them right off the bat, which would be pretty wild. Essentially, like it's gonna come down to comps versus coming down to just straight up gunfights. Like gunfights, like you can completely just swamp a team in CS:GO because of abilities. So now, like I was talking to you guys about, it brings more of an element of Siege where you have to think about the comp, an element of Overwatch where you have to think about, like in Overwatch, if you just played all DPS, you would never win. Like very rarely, I guess, you would win. So I mean, it's just a lot more thinking. There's teleporters in the game. There's like points on the map where if you capture them, you get points towards your ultimate. The other thing that's different is when you die, you only lose your guns, you don't lose your abilities. So if you spend all that money initially on your abilities, you'll always have those. You just lose the weapon. So, I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot that makes it very, very different. And I've watched probably 10 hours. Wish I could play it. I'd be able to.
I mean, it looks really fun. I need to get my hands on it.
I'm thinking about paying. I'm thinking about paying for an account.
Yeah, leading into don't do that. People are selling the accounts on eBay for like $1.50 and stuff, up to, and Riot has warned like, hey, don't do that. You could get your account banned. I don't know how they would know if you bought one, but watch out. You don't want to get banned from a game that's not even out yet, just to play it early.
Or
it's
just
free to
scammed. You probably just get scammed immediately.
Yeah. So don't do that.
Don't do it. It's bad.
All right. Hitting that speed run. Activate. Hi, my name is Barry Allen.
Gotta go faster.
Yes. Ooh, so I never played this game, and I'm actually excited about this. Mafia 2 and 3. Has anyone played those?
No.
I played 2.
I played some of 2. I think I have 3 on Steam.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the definitive editions leaked on a ratings board. So there's no release date yet, but they popped up there momentarily, like to buy. Like, hey, you can buy this, and then they disappeared, because they were like shit. So they are, coming out with the definitive edition for 2 and 3 for Mafia. So if you're into that, just wait, and you'll be able to play it. So huzzah! I'm excited because I wanted to play those, and I never did.
That might be worth picking up now.
Yeah, I'm with it. So in other news, in one of our older videos, we talked about that Cyberpunk 2077's graphics card. It's a 2080 Ti. If you didn't see it, just think of the sexiest, beautiful.
Visualize it. Close your eyes.
Yeah,
It's
close
a
your eyes.
Yellow block
Of sex. But there were like 70 or 80 of them. I think they were given out for free. It was a promotion.
I think it was 77 were promotion. I think the other 133 were purchasable.
Yeah.
They did 200.
Really?
Yeah. But basically, surprise, surprise, there's only 200. They are popping up on eBay and stuff. The highest one that did pop up was $4,300. Which is a lot. I feel like a 2080 goes for like 12 or something like that. Last I checked.
Yeah. Like
Not TI, not a TI.
I mean, it's probably around $1,000.
Yeah, it's a good 200 to 300% profit. 200 if you're selling it. And well, no, it's more than that because you got it for free if you got it for the promotion. Right. So they're really cool though. We'll link this below if you guys want a picture of it. It just looks really good. Bright neon yellow, big low lights on it. It looks awesome, and it's a 2080 Ti. So just wanted to give a little shout out to that because we did talk about it earlier in a different video.
There's currently 2 listed on eBay right now. One's going for $5,000 and one's for $2,500.
That's a big.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy the $2,500 one and then I'm gonna resell it for $4,300 and undercut that guy.
Yeah, fuck him. Last week we talked about Last of Us 2 and more importantly the Iron Man VR game being delayed indefinitely. the Sony store is automatically issuing refunds. So if you bought either of those games, you don't have a choice. You're just going to get your money back. Because it's indefinite. There's no date at all. So that sucks. That's like, I know we talked about this last week, but the fact that they're doing automatic refunds means it might go back like later than we thought originally, you know? So
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
That's a
mean,
bummer.
if it's a
Unfortunate.
big boost, I personally just want my money back right now for that. Instead of like,
I
okay,
agree.
I got this and I can't play it. Like, what
Yeah.
if you bought a deluxe edition or some gold edition that was like $100, and you can't play it until
Yeah.
a year or two down the line? Yeah, I'd like that money back.
Yeah, especially dude, wait a minute. I don't want to interrupt too much or get off topic, but do people, this is the thing actually, people buy like those definitive editions and like elite editions digitally, and that fucks me up a little bit. Because like it's not even like you get the cool
access to all the DLC.
you like don't you don't get like the cool toy, which is they're always cheaply made, but hey, like it's just like, here you get a theme, fuck off. And I'm just like, why would you pay for that? But I don't want to get too off topic, but
yeah.
that just made me laugh just thinking about it, because I just did I had to unfortunately digitally get Final Fantasy VII the remake because it doesn't exist on disc anywhere in the state I'm in. Yeah, that's right, you ain't gonna find me.
It comes out tomorrow, dude.
Google Maps.
Side note, for all of us who live where we live, GameStops are all closed.
Right.
I did this is a non-art thing we're going to talk about. We're talking about it now. I did read an article in like Minnesota and certain places they're closing, but I think they're closing everywhere because all of them
We ran out of bags.
Yeah.
That Ziploc
like,
sponsorship didn't go through.
Yeah, but that's crazy to me. So yeah, I couldn't find Final Fantasy VII anywhere. Like no store had it.
I mean, my GameStop is working on getting all of their orders that they could not accept back because they got returned to the warehouse. So that's where my Persona 5 Royal is. It's up in the air trying to get back. But they said they should have their Final Fantasy 7s ready for tomorrow.
I'm gonna give you money just to buy the digital one, and then you can wait for your physical copy. Because at this point, it's just pissing me off.
I will just wait. I will wait.
Under Siege, but they got a pin. Yo, F in the chat for Under Siege. Ugh.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just don't understand. Like, so if you could have went into a store and bought the console, like that Spider-Man console that was like bonkers, like that's worth it. A little bit.
That guy over there did.
Yeah, like Brandon did. But just yeah, again, because I was just on the Final Fantasy VII, and it was like, you know, get the regular, the deluxe, and the deluxe came with like a theme, like your theme for your PlayStation, and I was just like, why the fuck would I pay $20 more for this, you crazy people? But I don't want to get off topic.
I have the best looking Blu-ray player in the existence, so
In the group.
it is a nice console, but I've given up on that. But real quick here, this is a cool little thing Microsoft's doing. They do nice things every once in a while. So, and again, we'll link everything below. You can now donate to the CDC your virtual currency through Microsoft. So if you have, you know, V-Bucks or Microsoft currency or any of those currencies that you can get out of the game and donate to the CDC, you'll be
I believe
able
it's
to
not
do that.
just the CDC, but it's just the CDC option is available in the US.
Okay.
Because of obvious reasons.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, you make points, micro points, and then you can
Reward
buy
points.
cards. Yeah, you can use those reward points to buy cards that are money that donate, and Microsoft is matching those donations.
Yeah, so that's a nice little thing that they're doing, which is strange, but hey, if you have a ton of currency, like somehow you bought, you know, $1,000 worth of Microsoft points and don't have any games to buy, you can donate it to the CDC, get some masks or something. I don't know what they'd be doing. I'm actually going to post this link in the chat now, just because it seems like the right. If you're bored and you want to watch this Apex event, there is a tournament being hosted by the UGC. I got to find a date. Can someone find a date on that for me?
This weekend's the second weekend of it, so it's like happening on weekends.
Yes. Well,
yep, so
yes.
March 31st, April 7th, April 14th, April 21st, and April 28th at 8 p.m. on Tuesday nights. Eastern.
Yeah, 40% of the registration fee does go to No Kids Hungry, to get kids, you know, food and stuff. So that's always good. But if you're bored, you know, stay in the house. Some people might not know. You know, so don't go outside. Just watch the event, relax, chill out. That'll be fun. Yeah. Why are you laughing at me, Rob? I don't appreciate it.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. So this is interesting but strange at the same time. If you're
It's the
familiar,
times we're living in.
yeah, the times we're living in. If you're familiar with the protests and such that have been going on in Hong Kong and everything, now that they can't leave their house, they're trying their best to still protest. If you're a fan of this game that I'm brain farting for,
Animal Crossing.
Oh, Animal Crossing.
I couldn't think of it. They are now protesting in Animal Crossing. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with the game. My
It's
girlfriend
better
plays it, but
than
I don't necessarily-
GTA. Like if we're talking options.
Yeah, so basically they'll have like their house in Animal Crossing, and then like they'll literally put like their little protest sign and all the stuff literally on the floor
Yeah.
of the thing. And it's interesting, it's a cool way that games also can get your voice out there. And everything like that. I just wanted to talk about it, and again, it'll be linked below, and you can look at it yourself and all the cool stuff.
I'm surprised they chose Animal Crossing, to be honest, and not something that was like a MMO, like something.
I feel like it's just because it
Online.
just came out and there's a lot of hype about it.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
can,
Yeah.
in Animal Crossing, you can mass invite people to your island. And so
Yeah.
it's like
That is
they
true,
could
yeah.
they could go onto a forum, get everybody's Nintendo IDs, and just mass invite hundreds of people to their island. And then I just don't really know how effective that would be, but
Yeah, they also use the tag #Animal Crossing, and it just
Yeah.
came out, so
Right.
it probably went trending like a motherfucker.
The effectiveness
true.
is probably limited to any of the articles about it and not the actual protests themselves. Because I'm assuming lawmakers aren't like roaming through Animal Crossing. Like, huh? You guys don't like that we do that?
I don't know, that Japanese prime minister dog, I think he's got a pretty dope crib on there.
Probably.
I'm trying to find a picture of this pin my man got because I'm super curious.
Oh.
I need to know. I found the PlayStation, but no pin. I'll figure it out later. I'm so curious. All right. In other news, so this might push some games back. I hope not. The Japanese Game Ratings Board is closing till May 6th for a month, basically. It is what it is, what they say. They're the Japanese Game Rating Board, so any games that come through them, they rate them. So that could delay any games that we're hoping to come out in the summer. Hopefully it doesn't, but again, they're closing for a month. So if any game was looking, and those final touches right around now, and they were like, "Hey, rate our game," and they're like, "Nah, B, we'll see you May 6th or May 7th." That could push some stuff back, but hopefully it doesn't.
Do they still do not rated games?
No, they use
No.
A, B, C, D, and Z.
Oh, so it's
Yeah.
not the
Yeah,
rating.
they have a
it's
different
not,
rating.
It's not the rating like like M for mature, all that.
No.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
they have their
Peggy
own rating
18.
system. The ESRB is like different.
Yeah. So
Peggy 10.
Yeah.
Peggy
And this
yeah,
whole
it's Peggy
this whole
13.
closing, the whole closing is due to Japan itself is going on lockdown for the next month.
Yeah.
Seems odd. It seems like a really work from home situation. You're just looking through a game like, nope, no titties. Like, I feel like you can do that at your house.
I do it now.
Yeah, I'll put a game down real quick. Like, nope.
Put a show
What am
down
I-
earlier. Anyways,
You want to read that, Brandon?
oh, speaking, sorry, I didn't even see it. I was clicking on release and irrelevant. Speaking of Nintendo, did you guys see the alleged report about how someone claimed to leak all of the information from the supposed June 2020 Nintendo Direct that was supposed to air in lieu of E3? We did not. I didn't see anything about that.
I didn't see
Yeah,
that.
we talked about some of that stuff. The
The leak, or
The
we talked
remix.
about? Oh, the
Oh,
We
remix.
no,
talked
remix,
about
yeah.
remakes.
Well, the
that
remake
was
was some of it,
that
but
was
I think
it.
there was other stuff. Was it the other? No, there was
No,
other
that
stuff.
There was hints at other stuff, but nothing got mentioned by name from what I saw.
yeah, the big one we talked about that last week was the
Yeah, they
games
just-
being re-released. And
Everybody's just running
the
with
new...
the remasters.
Gotcha.
'Cause
I
that's
didn't
the
know that
dopest
was
news
the
ever.
whole leak. I just thought that was part of it.
No,
Yeah.
that was the leak. 'Cause yeah, you had the new Paper Mario Switch game, the Pikmin 3 Switch port, which would be so useful because.
And then we got the
Um,
three Mario
all the
games announced.
Pikmins
I
re-released on
never
the Switch
played
would
a
be good.
Pikmin game.
They're really fun. You should play them.
Yeah, they're pretty interesting.
You get like your squad, and you're just like fuck them, and then you just get throw them
I
at bugs
prefer
and shit.
Overlord because I feel like it's the same deal, but like a little bit more
Yeah.
adult.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
So
like you said,
there were more things, I guess.
yeah, there was. Yeah, we just didn't talk about all
Yeah.
of them. We talked about the main big stuff. Yeah, Pikmin 4 also was a hard rumor. There was a lot. So hopefully that direct comes out soon, or they just say fuck it, and they just drop it because
Tis
I'd
would be nice.
I'd fuck
I
with.
mean,
a
I
Paper
feel
Mario
like
game.
you could 50-50 guess every Nintendo game for like the next 25.
Metroid Prime 4. Metroid Prime 4.
How salty are they that they dropped that so long ago? I actually did hear rumors about that where the game has hit such a weird point that they just restarted.
Yeah, they had to restart.
Yeah, which
How
is
do you?
strange.
How does that happen?
I think it's because they changed development companies on it, and it was probably the new guys were just like, we can't read this code.
I guess that would make sense.
Mm.
I thought they just hit a point in the story where they're like, "This doesn't make sense." Wipe it.
They're
Wait,
just
Sam-
like, you know what?
Samus
This
is now a
isn't
dude?
even
What-
fun
what-
to
what the
play.
fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
well.
Yeah, so there is actually a lot that we didn't talk about last week, but it's all
That's last
hearsay.
week.
Yeah, it's all
I
hearsay.
want
Hopefully they
uh,
just drop it.
Answer something under siege here just said Super Mario RPG remaster would be awesome.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong Country games possibly going to Nintendo Switch. That is a possibility as Microsoft owns Rare, which owns Donkey Kong Country, and their partnership is happening. So it's possible. It would be cool. I mean, I imported it so I can play it on Super Nintendo, but
Mr. Fancy Pants.
I don't know. I feel
Yeah,
like
and
Nintendo
because
doesn't
they-
surprise me ever. Like I've never been like, what's coming out for Nintendo?
Nobody
that's crazy.
surprises you,
Like it's
Rob.
gonna. There's a
Nobody.
Mario game. There's a Zelda.
I feel like
Well, I mean, like other stuff.
you are extremely hard to surprise. Even when we were talking about different shows, you were like, I see that happening. That's fine.
I mean, birthday parties. They get me every time.
Yeah, we'll see.
I mean, why not stick with their guns? You know, tell me a bad Mario game you played recently.
Oh no, I don't hate Mario games. I love every time they come out with a Mario game. I'm just saying, like, they don't need. I don't know why they hide things or like pretend to reveal stuff, because it's like we know you're making a Mario
We
game.
know what you're doing.
Just say you're making a Mario game. Like
Yeah.
that's all I did. Give me one feature and you can be in development forever. It's like, yeah, now his like overalls like can shoot buttons at people. Like, okay, cool. All right, work on it.
The Nintendo people are like, write that down, write that down.
Just like, we already did the hat. We gotta work to the overall. And then he can shove a boot up somebody's ass.
Oh God. Buttons.
All right, so we're gonna do this very brief releasing and relevant section.
Yeah, a lot of
Brief.
games are coming out this week. So many games. So many.
Do you need help on this one, Josh?
Everybody
No,
pick
I
a
ju-
part.
We could each say one, and
I
then
think
we're
Josh
done.
can do it in one breath.
All right, we got Below for the PS4 coming out April 7th. What's this next one? Because I'm not saying it. Y'all laughed at me last time. I'm not
Go
saying it.
ahead, go ahead. I believe
I'm
in
not
you.
doing
that.
I
I'm
believe
just gonna
in
skip
you.
it. I'm just gonna skip it. I'm not gonna
Oh
skip
my
it. It's
gosh. The next game is Biped.
gone. Nope.
Like
I'd have said
bipedal.
bipped. I'd have
It ain't bit.
I'd have said bipped. I'd be like bibbity bipped.
Coming
All right,
out
yeah,
on
Biped.
April. It came out yesterday. On
Yeah.
PS4.
Yesterday.
Big facts. We got Convoy for the PS4, Xbox, and Switch comes out yesterday.
Yesterday.
Final Fantasy VII Remake, comes out tomorrow. Or if you just go to a GameStop or just buy it now and play it. And then Tharsis. Yeah, Tharsis. I was gonna say
You would say that one, but you wouldn't say Biped.
my brain literally went to Catharsis immediately, and I was like, stop it, that's not right. Tharsis for the Switch, April 11th, which is Saturday, which is different, but it's
That
what
is
it
different
kind of a
for
weird
Saturday
time, yeah.
release.
I didn't look at it. It might be a digital only, so you can use those whenever the hell you want.
Yeah, so we only got 5 games coming out this week. It's a light week, but Final Fantasy VII Remake is coming out, which is awesome. I already bought mine. I'm excited to play it. I'm very intrigued on how they're going to make this like 1/4 of the story be as long as the whole original game, is what they're saying. And they've been saying that for like a lot, because everyone's like, this game's going to be 3 hours, this game's going to be 5 hours, this game's not going to be long. And they're like, bro, it's as long as the original game. And I'm just like, how much could you have added? But hey, I'm excited.
Cutscenes.
That's the whole thing. It's a
Unskippable
remake,
cutscenes.
so it's a reimagining of that original story.
Yeah.
So
I'm with it. I saw the gameplay. It looks good. I'm with it. I hope I can stick with it, because Final Fantasy 14, if I'm correct,
15.
I couldn't. Was it 15? I
15.
couldn't stick with it. I got like maybe 30% through, and I just didn't care about the characters. I didn't like them. I just stopped.
they're
playing.
on a bachelor party, man.
I guess.
They are, yeah. It actually.
What?
Ooh, Rob.
Oh, I think Rob
Due to
died.
technical difficulties, Rob is a face and it's not gonna move.
Did I freeze?
Oh, you're so frozen, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
you're
there.
dead.
Oh,
Move
no,
around a little
you
bit.
just- You just
All
shake
right,
out the
you're back.
lag. Is that what that was?
Say what you were saying.
I was just gonna say, like, you quit like right before the story, or at least the action of the story, really amps up for a while, and then you get to the end and it's boring again.
Yeah.
Was that the
We'll
one where
see.
they were like the guys like in the Camaro and they're just like driving around?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
it should have
fun.
been a
I
really
started
cool
it.
game. 'Cause it was a cool idea, it was like a buddy road trip movie. But the problem is, like, they start the story with like, oh, the whole kingdom's fucked. Your dad's dead. Your girlfriend might be too. Shit is fucked
Spoiler
up.
alert.
And then you're
Spoiler
supposed to
alert.
have a good time, like the whole rest of, like, they're fishing and shit. Like, it doesn't tonally make sense. But like, before it came out, I was really excited for that as a con.
Yeah. To what Under Siege said, I wish they would do a rare port to the Switch. I hope they would do it well if they did, though, because the one for the Xbox wasn't very good, in my opinion. Like, I bought it, and like the controls for like Conker's Bad Fur Day, for example, weren't good. Like, they didn't do a very good job for some of their games. But that'd be cool. I'd be down with it. Anything on the Switch is cool. Any games you can play portable.
Yeah,
It's
Banjo
cool.
Zooey nuts and bolts.
Yeah. So I'd be with it. But again, like Phil said, it is iffy because Microsoft and them.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to add that in there. But that's it for releasing irrelevant this week. There's not much. Final Fantasy came out. Woo woo. Play it, love it. Hopefully it's good and not short. Yeah. So we got the cheat code of the week, Phil. Holler for $1. Hit
Yes,
me with it.
yes, the cheat code of the
Serenade
week
me.
from Batman Vengeance on the PS2. Actually, one of the good Batman games out there. It's a cheat code to basically turn on all the cheats. If you're at the main menu of the game,
for the cheats.
you press L2, R2, L2, R2, square, square, circle, circle. It'll be in the description of the video when it's on YouTube if you want to go grab it. If you feel like going back and playing some Batman Vengeance. This way to unlock all the cheats.
Phil, you're the only person that can go back and play a PS2 game right now.
What, dude? PS2s are the most selling console. You can find them dirt cheap anywhere.
Listen, Harry,
Probably
you can go
have
to
one
the
in
store right
storage.
now.
Was that an advertisement?
Yes.
It seemed
Go
like
buy
it.
a PS2. It's worth it.
Phil's got stocks of PS2s behind him.
Yeah,
You
I
want
got
one?
one for you right here.
You
want
can
it?
buy one at Phil's Emporium, PS2 import pyramid.
All right, so one thing we're gonna do that's a little bit different at the end of every episode, we're gonna just add playing this week, what we're doing, what we're playing. That's pretty simple. Clockwork.
Go
Justin,
ahead.
Go.
Playing Satisfactory lately. So factory building kind of resource management thing.
Justin,
Yeah,
are you satisfied?
a little bit. I'm pretty satisfied. But I do want to talk, which after read this, this thing, Last Oasis, which I
Oh,
think
yeah.
looks like something that could be really cool. We should all look into.
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay.
When I mentioned
Okay,
that
cool.
the other day, I watched Shroud play it, and it was super cool.
Oh gosh, the moment one of his little BFF streamer buddies is
One of
playing.
Shroud's
it.
minions.
Oh, I like it. Who did we play Siege with, and you were just so happy?
Macy J.
Oh,
Yeah, we were playing
yeah,
Siege with
Macy
Macy J.
Just like, oh my god, this is it.
Branson here, Macy J.
Phil, what are you playing? Limited to like 3 games.
Shit. Well, if you
People that
watch my
score.
own stream on my own channel, I just finished Dragon Ball Xenoverse, which was really fun. It's just a way to go through all of those main story sagas, up to the.
Is that 1 or 2?
The first one.
Okay.
I hadn't played either, and so I
They're
just
the
played through the first one.
Hi guys, welcome to
He
Rob's
died again.
blank face. His internet is broke as fuck.
Bye, Rob.
He's just,
Sorry.
so they're the
But I just finished Xenoverse. If you never saw the ending of the game, you can go hop in and watch the video on demand of that.
The video
Also,
on demand.
Wait a minute.
Pull up your TiVo and you can go to our stream at Gather5.
I've been playing retro games, some like Altered Beast on Genesis, Ninja Gaiden on NES, and yeah, just
That was
been
more
playing
than
around with
3.
that. But mainly Xenoverse as I continue to wait for Persona 5 Royal to come in, so I can go pick that up.
Nice. Phil, link your shit at the bottom, so if anyone wants to watch your shit, you can do that. I'm just beating Resident Evil 3, the remake. It's cool. I should have it beat today, then I can play Final Fantasy. Did any of you guys play Resident Evil, or do you plan to?
Mm-mm.
I know Phil is. I talked to Phil already.
Nope.
It's really fucking
Yeah, I
short.
plan to.
You can beat it in like 8 minutes. You really can. I've sat down and played it twice, and I'm almost done. And I'm playing like super chill. Like it's not hard. It's not challenging. They just spoon feed you shit, and it's really linear. But it's still a good story. So play it for the story. But that's what I'm playing.
I heard it's short, but I do plan to play it. But I want to play the Resident Evil 2 remake first.
2 is
supposed to
really
be-
good.
Yeah, I think you have to play through it twice though. It's both characters to get the full ending.
To get the full spiel, yeah, you should play as both. But yeah, 3 is a good story and a good experience. It's just not very hard, and it's very linear.
I also need to get it to have every single Resident Evil 1 through 7, like numerical Resident Evil on PS4. So
Boom, there you
just
go.
have to
But
pick it up for that.
I'm just playing that, and then I'm gonna play Final Fantasy tomorrow. So Roberto, try not to freeze. I think he's frozen right now.
I think he's
Right now?
pretending. Oh, he is. I thought he was pretending to be frozen.
Is it just his camera, or is it just?
Yeah, you're having some internet issues, Rob.
Shake out the leg. Shake
I
out.
can't tell
try your
from my
best.
end. Everything looks fine.
Nope. But yeah, what are you playing?
Persona 5 Royal.
Oh no.
Oof. How is it? Spoiler-free
I mean,
review for Phil. How is it?
No, it's a better version of the original game. Like it's hands down better. It should not have been priced, but it's like definitely a better version of the original game. So I definitely highly recommend anybody who is a fan of turn-based RPGs or Japanese RPGs in general, if you have not purchased the original game, or maybe you have and you're willing to buy it again, it's a good pickup.
I need you all who have 8 monitors like me to look at my man's pin.
Yeah, I know. That's pretty sick.
Is it like I paid $30 extra sick? I'd
Hit it-
slap the shit
The
out of
reaction,
somebody.
the reaction to your face when that popped up, just that.
Like it could have been so cool. He could have like moved and spun. But thank you. I now know what it is. I'm sorry, I was laughing at Phil's face when Rob was describing that game. Phil's just like, his motherfucker.
He's gonna say something.
He was plotting how to kill him.
Spoiled
actually.
it.
All right, Brandon, what are you playing?
Oh, we all know what I've been playing. Don't even. Not even worth it.
Not
Not even worth the
Valorant.
conversation. Not Valorant.
Yeah, not
that's
Valorant.
for fucking sure. Yeah, hopefully next week I'll have a beta key, whether I gotta get it off eBay or not. No, but I've just been playing Apex, which y'all fuck faces. We for Siege and Gravy Party, since they're watching, we should be coming out with a Casual Claps video in like the next 2 weeks. For show, we're gonna do some funny memeing on a couple games and just have a little bit of fun, and some stream highlights, stuff like that from the Gather5 channel within the next couple weeks too, for sure.
Yes. Yep. And if you're an anime fan and you watched our anime video we did last week, we should have another one coming out probably this Monday or Tuesday as well.
Right.
It's gonna be a quick video, not as long as the last one at all, but still you can soak the anime in.
It's just gonna be like a quick top 5 of the season thus far. So
Yep.
Yeah, but I think that's about it. You can
That's
catch
it.
us every Thursday, 5:30.
5:30.
Yep, and this will post tomorrow on YouTube with all the links and everything. So if you don't want to
links,
sit through
timestamps,
it all,
and all that goodness.
yep. Under Siege, thanks for watching, bro. Appreciate it. That pin's hilarious. That's all I got.
Yep.
Other people.
Yeah, just make sure, you send this to other people and, follow along, watch it on YouTube, comment below, let us know, what you're playing, stuff you want us to talk about, things we need to see. Under Siege is always popping in here with some good content, so thank you so much.
People that are in the chat as well. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We will
Later,
see you
guys.
next week.
Laters.
Bye bye.